Now it's time to follow up. This is actually, I would call the inflection point in the app, because what we do is at specific points as you're keeping a contact in motion, we have you follow up with that contact and find out what their interest level is, so we know exactly what to tell you to do next. So Morgan just watched the video, and so it's time to follow up with her. And as you can see, I have a follow-up card in my deck telling it's time for me to watch or to follow up with Morgan. Now, as you can see, it lets me know the last thing that Morgan did. She just watched the ABC Primetime Report. So I can either tap to call her, or I can even tap to message, and we have a pre-canned message to start that conversation. So I can go ahead and send that as is to Morgan. And there it is. Now, the idea here is that we expect you to have a conversation with Morgan. And there's actually a video that will tell you what kind of questions you should ask. But the main thing that you're trying to find out is what her interest level is. Because now that you've had a chance to follow up, the next card that you see from Morgan is going to encourage you to tell us what what her interest level is, so that we can tell you what to do next. So we're going to show you what that looks like. So now that I've followed up with Morgan, I've had a chance to talk with her and I found out what her interest level is, the app is now asking me to update Morgan's interest level. Now you might remember from adding a contact that there is a set interest level setting on the contact. So that's what we're going to do right now, and I'll be able to talk about those different levels, like I said. Now the default is interested but not ready yet, and that means that we're going to keep that contact in motion until they're ready to make a decision. Well, I just talked to Morgan, and she is ready to enroll as a distributor. So as you can see, there are 5 different interest levels. So the top one is ready to enroll, and that means that Morgan is ready to become a distributor. If Morgan wasn't ready to become a distributor but is ready to try out some of our products, then I can choose ready to purchase, and the next card will then allow me to put the items that Morgan has said she wanted to purchase into a cart and share it directly with her. If I choose interested but not ready yet, then the app will ask me what her interests are, so that the app knows what to share with Morgan next. Then we have not interested right now. If Morgan said, that sounds pretty interesting, but I'm not actually really interested right now, maybe later, then you can select that option, and in 6 to 8 weeks time, we're still trying to figure out using that machine learning to get the right spacing there. But we'll just let her simmer, and then we'll remind you in a few weeks time that it's time to strike up a conversation with Morgan again. Now, if Morgan says, you know what, that doesn't sound like it's for me at all, then I can choose not interested at all. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to remove Morgan from the app. What that means is we're going to put her on the extreme simmer, which means in a few months' time, we'll remind you via an action card that it's time to check in with Morgan and see maybe if her timing or her idea about LifeVantage might have changed. So because Morgan is ready to enroll, I'm going to choose ready to enroll. And I'm going to update her interest level. Bada bing. So because Morgan's new interest level is ready to enroll, the next action card for Morgan is to send an invitation link to enroll. So I'm going to do that right now. As you can see, it says that Morgan has an interest level set to ready to enroll. I tap continue. And then there is a message that is pre-written. I can obviously change it if I want to, or I can send it as is. So I'm just going to send it. And there we go. Off it goes to Morgan. And there it is. Why don't you open that bad dog? So tap to load that preview. There we go, and the enrollment process has started. Now this is super cool, and what we're about to show you is really important to happen from Morgan's device. So even if I was sitting right next to Morgan when she made her decision to become a distributor, this is exactly the process that I would do. I would send her an enrollment invitation so that she would get this unique link. What do you see there, Morgan?
I see my name, I see my email, and my phone number already in there.
You're ready to go, right?
I am.
All right, so why don't you click Start Your Application. So as you can see, you've just started the enrollment process. And the next thing that you're doing is choosing your pack. In the meantime, I'm about to get a notification that you've started the enrollment. Okay, so Morgan just finished enrolling, and as you can see, right there, pretty prominently displayed, she's one tap away from downloading the app herself because she enrolled from her own device. So she's going to go ahead and download that right now and start duplicating the very process that I just used to bring her into the business. How cool is that?